Done Right TV at the fastest sand pit in the South, the Hendry County Motorsports Park. I'm Racin Jason, hanging out with Dwayne King, the other half, actually the manpower behind the race team down here. And before anything, we were talking about the color of these cars. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. Is this conch shell pink?
It's coral.
Coral.
So you're close.
I mean, you guys are located down in the Keys. I mean, you guys race at the southernmost dirt track in the USA. So you guys got to be the ones furthest south, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. It was a color that George Sands, the owner of the cars, that they ran years ago with the Outlaw Modifieds when his son was racing, and we thought it would only be fitting to carry on that tradition with the cars.
Holy cow, was that the pink bathtub?
I don't think so, but it was something they ran very successfully for a lot of years, and we didn't want to break it. You know, we wanted to stay with the luck.
I love the color of the cars because there is not another car anywhere. And I know exactly where you guys are on the track at all times, man.
Good. I hope not always in the rear.
No, not always in the rear. You guys have gotten a lot faster. We were talking to Steve earlier, and this is, I mean, with the equipment you guys have, going up against some really heavy-duty equipment, I mean, that had to be intimidating at first.
It is, but, you know, our goal in the beginning was to buy a car. We had some young people that wanted to drive. I was 58, 59 years old, and we got them in them, and there was a lack of interest, so to speak. And we decided I would get in the car. And then we wound up with a second car, still trying to get some young people in them, and we wound up getting Steve involved. Not so young still, but so it kind of evolved that way, and we're just having a blast. So 2 years in, we're still learning. I'm sorry I didn't start this 25 years ago.
So how did you get involved with the racing? Were you just a fan, or?
George and I have been friends for a while. We snow ski together. My business is right close to his business, and knowing his history in racing. And I was lucky as a young kid. My stepfather was into three-quarter midgets and mini stock, so I had a little bit of background in it, but never driving. And when we were talking, we were going up to the 417, thinking that we were going to do asphalt. And then we came here, and it was all over. Once we saw the track, we met the people. I mean, Larry Hubbard, obviously. I mean, they've been wonderful to us. They've held our hands a lot of times to try to, you know, get us going and help us along, and we couldn't thank them enough. But we're really pushing hard to try to move up the ladder here, and it's a blast every week we're here. We never missed a race last year. If I had perfect attendance like this, I'd have done better in school. But 2 years, never missed a race.
Man, no, and I can attest to that because these guys, no, I can attest to that. You guys have never missed a race. Anybody you want to thank that helps you guys do this week in and week out?
Well, obviously Larry Hubbard, Ken Kenny especially, and I had to say my partner in this, George Sands, because he's a driver. I mean, we drive at this, but he wakes up every morning, and this is what we live for now. Besides, we do snow ski a lot.
I'm not even going to get into that because I don't like that cold stuff, and as you can tell, we don't have it here, but that's kind of another cool hobby. But you guys are in the Keys, and there's no racing in the Keys. What do people think when you guys roll these things out down there?
Well, you know, the sad thing is we have a lot of friends our own age. George is 79, I'm 61 now, and they think we're nuts. And we just laugh because it's just way too much fun.
They don't understand, do they?
They really don't get it. We brought a young guy up this tonight. He's going to get out there. He's going to be in a Joker car. He's going to get to do 5 laps after our qualifying because they're hoping to purchase a car for him. And that is our goal. No matter how much we drive, we're still trying to keep the sport going by getting younger people involved.
Man, that's something I did not know about you guys' team and how you got that started, and I absolutely applaud you for doing that.
Thank you very much.
Because you know, the younger generation, that's how it's going to keep our sport alive.
These tracks are not going to be here forever if we don't keep getting the younger people in, because hopefully we keep getting older, right? Because when you stop getting older, it's over.
Yeah.
But we do what from 15 up. We're trying to get them in it. I mean, we've had some kids here that were 7 years old and they're begging to be 15 right now. You know, they would love to be in it, and we're just hoping to be around long enough to pass it on. And we'd love to pass on everything we have to another group, hopefully young enough to carry it on another 20 years or something. That would be the perfect legacy of this for us.
Well, that is amazing. I applaud you for that, and it's such a great thing because it also gives them some sort of a skill too.
Yeah.
You know, and because a lot of kids nowadays, they don't have skills.
Learning how these cars are set up. I've been lucky my whole life with what I do and being crafty and everything, but learning how these cars operate on this circle track, on this dirt, it's different here than any other track in the country. And if you can figure out this track, you can figure out any track.
You know, you're not the first person I've heard say that.
I think it's a fact at this point. It's taken 2 years to figure it out, but I know this is probably the most unique track in the country. I think if you can win at this track, you can win anywhere.
I was talking to our winners last week from the USCS. I was talking to Dave Franick and was asking him about the track and about where all the other places he races. And he said every 2 or 3 laps, he says, you have to search around. He says, because the track constantly changes.
This
He goes,
track is a living organism, and from one race to the next, but during a race, if the race lasts a long time, you are changing throughout.
you know, I just, that's kind of cool. A living organism where we're right in the middle of the Everglades, and the whole Everglades is a living organism. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dwayne, thank you so much for everything you guys do out here. Enjoy the weekend and keep up the great work, and we'll be watching you.
It's absolutely our pleasure. We're going to try to keep our perfect attendance.
You know, there we go. I learned something new every day, and you guys got to get your kids involved in racing because that's how you keep the sport alive. And looking at it right now, about 70 cars out here in the pits, I think we're keeping it alive pretty good.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great night.
Dwayne, thank you. Have fun tonight.
Thank you very much.
So there you go. Dwayne King, driver of the number 8. We talked to Stevie Troop, driver of the number 88. And we've got a heck of a night of racing tonight and tomorrow night lined up right here at the fastest sand pit in the South, the Hendry County Motorsports Park. I'm Racin Jason from Done Right TV.
Let's go.